Okay, new headset, new laptop. Still in space. Let's see how this goes. I've been stuck in space for about 2 months now, in very, very deep space. Well, deepish space. I'm out 22,000 light years from Earth right now. In orbit around this lovely, lovely swirly hill star. I'm about 200 light years from this now post of Jaques station, which I thought I'd record my first arrival at, and only to check to see if I can still land, because it has been some time. I think my only other ED video Elite had me flying a Diamondback Explorer, a lovely little ship. This is substantially larger. This is the Anaconda, now in full motion sickness camera. It is a nice, large, and quite tubby ship. At least vertically, it's fairly narrow, which makes getting into a space station not too difficult, except for the fact somebody put the cockpit on the top, and so every time you enter a space station, you feel like you're going to slice your own head off. Which is going to be interesting in about 6 jumps' time when I find Jaques Station. As you can see, the ship is not looking too stunning. I think being stuck out here in the void for a while has just completely ruined my paintwork. Utterly devastated. Anyway, I apparently could use the Swirly Hellstar's magical jets there to actually boost my jump drive so I could get there in like 2 jumps. On the other hand, this ship's insurance costs are very expensive, and I've gotten all the way out here without exploding yet. And I have no idea what I'm doing when looking at a Swirly Hellstar jets. So, I will be flying this one. I would use the term manually, but it's not. Up ahead, we can see the dark patch that is the nebula that Jaques Station is next to. We've basically swung in under the galactic disk. I'll do pop up the galaxy map on, when we get to the next star when I'm refueling. I've swung in under the disk, so now I'm heading vertically upwards towards the station. The plan is to go to Jaques, leave Jaques vertically by about a couple of 100 light years, and then fly off to the core, where I'll hopefully stick another video up. Because I want to see Sagittarius A star, our local supermassive black hole. I've seen a lot of its little cousins on the way here. Always an eerie and frankly bizarre experience. It is quite literally a whole lot of nothing. Ooh, hello friends. You're a pair of nice stars. Ship does turn a bit like you'd expect, like a bus. Yeah, let's slow this thing down. See what we've got in this system, and indeed see where we are. How's our heat situation? We appear to be stable. That's good. These are close. Wow, look at that. Ah, I've got the orbits up still. If you try and get a nice photo, never leave the orbits up. Look at that. Sunrise over a sun. Yeah, I'd say you don't see that very often, but it's pretty much all I've been seeing all the way here. No, 7 jumps to go. Pretty much all I've been seeing all the way here. Lots of binaries. So yes, we are heading vertically up in the galaxy. We have come from all the way over here. Yes, there we are. There is Sol and Tau Ceti. Tau. And there is Sol. We have come. Oop. See how often I use this. Yeah, we've come a fair old way. My next goal is there at the core, from which point I'll attempt to find a way back. My previous longest journey in the Diamondback Explorer was out to here, so I've gone a little way further. How far am I? 21,000 light years from somewhere I was recently. And a couple of other start systems I went to on the way out, so it's going to be an interesting little ride, I think. Ship is not particularly toasty and is full. Excellent. Now we just have to slot between these 2 stars. Actually, yeah, I should probably check see what's here. You never know, you might find something interesting on like the last run out. In the last run, I'm not going to travel there quickly. I mean, I've got a timer up here telling me how long I've been recording for, but frankly, I've got like 700 gigs of free space. We could be here for some time. What are you? You're looking very blue. Sounds icy. Oh, hello. You're an ammonia world. You've already been found, but you're an ammonia world nonetheless. You have life on, potentially, and are probably worth a visit. So yeah, this is why I've spent 2 months out here on a journey that some people have done in a day. It's quite easy to get distracted. I just like playing the game casually, really, just rocketing out here. I've seen a lot of M-type stars, the little boring red dwarfs. I am so glad there is now the option not to jump to brown dwarfs, so at least I can stay refueled all the time. But yeah, it's been quite an interesting journey, and yeah, the screenshots folder has been filling as we go. I'm kind of hoping this journey doesn't take 10 minutes, or else it would literally be faster to get to Jaques Station. There are a lot of nebulae out here, and indeed lots and lots of blue stars. The sky out here is closer to the core, is distinctly brighter. Lots of bright yellow stars. I found my first red giant in the wild. I found a couple of red supergiants like Betelgeuse and V, lots of numbers, Cassiopeia. But I haven't seen any red giants in the wild, so that was a first, along with a couple of Earth-like planets on the way. Also, it's nice to have a ship that's large enough. I actually have a bridge now, rather than the cockpit. There's nobody here, because apparently I can't outsource my flying yet. But it is nice nonetheless. I mean, the bridge section alone of this ship is as large as the starter ship. Which is an interesting bit of perspective, really. And I still have exposed wiring on my ceiling, and I don't really know why. Probably best that I don't pull that out, really. Sort of panels here of indeterminate purpose. It's like, there's that hatch down there. I mean, what's under there? Is that a Jeffries tube, or is it full of tribbles? Who knows? Possibly the shadow. Let's get some shots of us in space while we're here. It is a very nice looking ship. I really do quite like it. There's the slightly more brutal military cousin, the Federal Corvette. Also looks pretty fantastic. I think those are escape pods lit up there. There's that row of 4. Over there's my retros. Have I turned my ship lights on, or is this normal lights? Oh, I have some windows. I didn't realize I had windows. And I knew I had the front observation deck, but I didn't know I had windows. Oh. Huh. Put those there. It's my fans, keeps my ship space cold. It's my observation deck, in which I like to imagine I have a jacuzzi. Presumably to watch a planet underneath me being incinerated by laser fire. Like one of those guys from the battle cruiser at the start of, I think it was, StarCraft Brood War. It's nice to be decadent when oppressing alien civilizations. Not that I have found any. Or indeed, if I have found any, there's nothing I can really do about it. I brought with me one large laser. I have no idea why, I am just the paranoid soul. Anywho, seems to have stabilized about a minute out. Yeah, there are a lot of nebulae out here. I suspect many of them have had explorers go through them. On my below the plane journey here, almost every system I came across was unexplored until I got near a nebula, in which case everyone was explored. So I guess people just see the interesting looking clouds on the map and pay a visit. But still, I've sailed through fields of neutron stars filled with yet more swirly hell stars. Because swirly hell stars are some of the finest things in life, at least to look at and watch and just generally be near. I just really like neutron stars. The new graphical effects on them are pretty fantastic. Now, if they do the same to black holes, that would be great. I understand apparently they're putting accretion disks in at some point once they've got them to actually work without lagging the game, which will be good. Because I've been having a look at Space Engine, which has done basically interstellar style accretion disks around its black holes, and indeed neutron stars and occasionally white dwarfs, and they look pretty fantastic. But I appreciate the games are, and I use the term game loosely in terms for Space Engine. I appreciate the games are very, very different in terms of graphical style. and I suspect it will take Frontier Dev a bit longer to get the hang of it. Also, while we're flying out here, one thing I don't understand about this ship, and let's just see if I can get a close shot of it before I crash into this planet. I seem to have a tiny little crosshair thing mounted on the front of my... mounted on the front. I don't know what it is. It's like I have this little pointy bit right at the front here. What the heck is that? It almost looks like a little sensor mast with a camera on if you get close, but I've yet to find a convincing explanation of what that pointy bit is. It's just kind of weird. It's a nice little detail. I mean, it looks like a sensor mast like you get on one of the Mars rovers, with the cameras and things on. In which case, I would like a picture-in-picture camera around here somewhere, please. That'd be awesome. So I can see slightly closer in front of me or something. I don't know, I'm going to assume it's a sensor of some kind. And that bodes pretty well. It looks kind of sensory. Yeah, here is the underside of the galaxy. And that over there appears to be the core. Come on, precious money. Hooray, it is an ammonia world. That was worth the journey, kind of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip past it and... lock destination, elsewhere. Yeah, I'm just going to whip past it, we'll take a look, and then we'll burn our way out of this system and on to the next. Goodbye, friend. Get that brown hell world. My god, it's almost pure poison. Admittedly, it could possibly have things living there. Ammonia-based chemistry is possible, but just pure poison. Also, we'd freeze and then be poisoned, or possibly poison then freeze. And goodness knows if what happens if there's any venomous creatures there. That just gets into a complicated set of semantics involving poisoning and death. I'm kind of just rambling now. I appreciate, and lots of umming like Chris Roberts. I think I've been lost in space too long. I haven't done streaming in a while. I haven't done videos in a while. So I'm just sort of rambling aimlessly while flying through space. Hello, friends. What do we have here? Come on, give me some fuel. 8. It's a brown dwarf. It's a red dwarf system. I keep saying these things are brown dwarfs. I know damn well what a brown dwarf is. Purple, for one thing. It's galling, really. I should remember what these are. I know this sort of thing. Better than this. No, well, I think in post-production I'll stick some music over the top of this so you can't hear me descending slowly. Or possibly continuing to descend slowly into madness. I mean, I hope that landing at a space station will in fact decrease my madness slightly by having the presence of civilization, but I'm not holding out much hope. So we have a star ahead of us in hyperdrive, which is quite nice. It's slightly concerning when there is no stars, then you arrive at the black hole, in this case of, oh my god, looks like a F-type, there we go. F-type, interesting, could have life, less likely than a G-type, I would imagine. They don't live as long, for one thing. So it's a bit harder to evolve. And indeed, it is its little baby star over here that everyone has already explored, that has it. Goodbye, friend. I'm also quite liking the fact it now tells me what sort of star I'm jumping towards. That is a real handy thing. Except when it comes up with things you don't realise what they are when you first jump. For instance, star class H does not appear on the usual stellar classifications thing. Turns out that's the black hole, which is well, it's good to know in retrospect, that's for sure. How far have we got left? 5 jumps. It's been 15 minutes and I haven't really gone very far. Except, okay, it's an utterly inconceivable distance that I've travelled per jump, but in the grand scheme of things, not really very far. So we'll try to see if we can bomb through the next couple of systems fairly quickly. We'll have to see what's there. It's another M-type, don't really care. Surprise me. Nothing. Excellent. It's got some asteroids and it's got a second star. I don't care. I, at this point, just wanted Put my feet up in someone else's spaceship for a change. Have a nice cup of tea and a sit down. Another M-type. Don't know why I'm surprised. It's not like they're the most common stars in the universe or anything. Oh! So, get distracted for a second, and we almost end up hyperdriving into the wrong sun. I'm emphasizing random words as well, good to know. I am going to be so embarrassed by this video when I post it. Hey, that's what you get when you don't sleep, and then decide, I'm going to go into space after getting back after a busy day at work. Oh, that was a good view of all the stars out there, bloody hell. That's a view I don't tend to... I mean, I've seen it before, but it just looks like there's more visible from here. Oh, look at that. Jeez. This thing has planets. Yeah, it's not just me, is it? There are more stars visible here, or perhaps I just oriented myself at a better angle to see the cluster. I honestly don't know. Tell you what, if I ever get back into real space, I might well upgrade the hyperdrive a bit more. I've given it like a one-button upgrade, so it goes a little bit faster. Oh, so it goes a little bit further, not faster. I eventually got it to punched up from 33 to 35 light years, and then in the latest patch, 2.0 or whatever it was, they actually boosted it by another 2 light years because that was nice of them. So I might even put a cargo rack on this at some point. Heck, I might even do some trading. Though possibly not in deep space, that would be ridiculous. I don't know what I'd carry, nor where I would carry it to. Probably not Jaques Station, that's for sure. Hello, that's a busy system. It's probably mostly trash, to be honest, but it's always worth a look, you never know. Yeah, gas giants, as far as the eye can see. Ninja Sloth Boy has been here. Not entirely sure how one becomes a Ninja Sloth. I have to admit, I would probably never see it coming. Or indeed notice it for quite some time. It's an A-type star. Blinding. I really do like watching A-type stars. They've got that lovely shade of white to them. Actually, the shade of the sun, to be honest. Fun enough, the sun is actually a purely white star, as shockingly we've evolved to see it as white. Which presumably means that A and F-type stars are whiter than white, and just eye-searingly white on a level that the human mind can barely comprehend. Like so many other things about space, really. And then you've got things like B and O, which just get rid of all that needless red light and just spews solely ultraviolet and other hell. I'm using the word hell a lot today. I think it sums up quite a lot of space. Don't think I'm exaggerating either. I mean, there's a fairly limited set of environments in which we're okay in. And space is... I suppose space is technically all of them, but also none of them at the same time. Oh, hello. Oh, there's my last jump. Let's top ourselves up here. Check to see what's on this way station. Nothing of any note or worth. Possibly that's worth a look, but... Actually, at 7 light seconds, it's worth a look anyway. Who cares? 7 light seconds, I can scan that through the sun. Well, not through the sun, through this star at the very least. Scanning it through the sun would be awkward and difficult because it's 25,000 light years, 21,000 light years behind me. But let's have a look at planet Mordor here. Shockingly, it's a big ball of metal. I can almost predict it. Way! Mostly because it looks like every other big ball of metal in space. To be fair, it probably looks a bit different. I would love Space Engineer and Frontier Dev to get together, because one thing I do love about Space Engine is that there's a hell of a lot of variety in the stuff you meet. Again, it does... I suppose there is always going to be a certain amount of similarity in all the stuff you encounter. We're now inside the nebula at... and the mysterious nebula beyond Gamma Draconis. No sign of Shivans or Thargoids thus far. Or the Kadeshi, which I'm sort of disappointed about. I always like those guys. We've strayed too close to the sun again. I've lost any sign of nebulosity. Oh, let's lock our destination. We are now facing exactly the wrong way. And now we prepare for the half a minute point of hoping that is the right system and landing on it. Not on the entire star system, again, that would be ridiculous. Yeah, there we go, that's a nice little blue shade to the sky because we're inside the nebula. It is, of course, far, far too sparse to really make the slightest bit of difference to spaceship navigation, or indeed anything else. But the night is dark, and, well, in fact, the night is no longer dark. The night is just full of stars. And yes, that's another screenshot, because I like it. And it's my video, and I've gone space mad. Belly Bing Boffo, sir, I'm the best man for the job. Hyperdrive now, please. Any second. Go.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I'm worried about how the stars seem to come through my windscreen there. Or whatever these artifacts are in space, these graphical artifacts. Bit of a mystery. Don't appear to be anything to do with the shadows. Or indeed, again, the Thargoids. Bit warbly and blue out here. Is that not the nebulosity yellow? Oh, we're in shipping lane. Heroic music. Yes, we have arrived at our destination. Let's have a look at the nav beacon and see what it has to offer. Actually, I could just fire the system Parpo sense and be done, but still. 40 things in the system. Of course, this system has mostly already been explored, mostly by the people who found Jaques, which is all the way over here. God, I'm happy to be here. There's a lot of asteroids around Colonia 7. That's good to know. Wait, lots of asteroids out here, really. Commander Cly has been here. I believe he's the one who found Jaques Station after it went missing. Let's have a look. Quite probably was him, because I can't imagine anyone else had a... oh. Oh my, excuse me. Yeah, wow, that was impressive. Don't attempt to read Reddit and Fly, kids. You will apparently choke to death. Wow. So that's what I get for trying to be cocky and actually record a video without fucking everything up. Let's go, we're gonna Jaques Station. I'm done. We're doing this live, and I don't care. I'm only going here once, as far as I know. I mean, I could well come out here again, but I'm only here once. Oh yes, it does sound that Cly wasn't the first person to be here. Let's see what wonders await us. I mean, I'm hoping a space station in which I can land and have my paint replaced. On the other hand, I'm hoping it has a cartography station, or else... Or else I won't be able to sell any of my vast riches of exploration data, which I have presumably uncovered on the way here. So I really hope I've uncovered something along the lines of... some money would be handy. Alright, let's bring us in slowly. Let's bring us in a bit faster. Alright, where is Jaques Station on its orbit? Because I kind of want to enter facing the front, that would be ideal. Hard to say, really. Looks like it's on the far side of the planet, which is kind of ideal. That means I can just... Or is it? Yes, yes it is. Planet is 3. This is 3.5 light seconds away. Good. It reminds you of Merlin over in the original Frontier Elite 2. So the not original Frontier. Nice planet though. Let's turn off some orbit lines. Oh yeah. I've heard it's probably at this point a fairly well-travelled star, but it doesn't ever really get old just watching those things just cruise by in the night. So I don't just suddenly speed up and crash into Jaques Station. That would be embarrassing. So this planet needs a name. I don't think it has one. Nope, that's not a screenshot. Oh, there's Jaques. We're on bound. We're inbound. Slowing down. Pretty sure there should be a C in Jaques, but I may be misspelling it. Or perhaps there are two different ways of spelling Jaques. I honestly don't know. I will have to ask the French. Do it. Do it. I need my rival. I need my rival. Well, I don't know if I need my rival, but it would be very nice to do so. Come on. Don't fail me now. Hello, Jaques Station. My word, it's been a long time since I've seen one of these. And to be fair, I think the Jaques Station is fairly unique, because the Ocellus don't normally have engine pods. Well, this kind of station doesn't normally have an engine pod. It doesn't sound like Jaques has a... doesn't sound like the Jaques Station has a voice yet. So there's a couple that don't. Let's take... Or am I just because I'm too far out? I honestly don't know. Maybe we'll get shirty when I get closer. Jaques Station is surprisingly enough owned by Jaques. I am kind of surprised. Doesn't sound like he's chatty. Let's request some docking.
Docking request granted.
Ah, System Authority vessels sound like Jaques has deployed fighters. And a visitor beacon. Presumably for peasants who wish to, tourists or something. Actually, let's cut our engines for a second. Let's have a look around. So there's Jaques. Oh, there's some traffic out here. Well, there's a lot of traffic out here. It's entirely NPCs at the moment, but where's the planet gone, I wonder? Open the motion sickness camera. There's the planet. There's a hell of a view from back here. Yeah, that's going to make launching fun. There's a couple of federal ships. Pretty sure Jaques independent. Well, they're presumably just federal. Oh, somebody's taken a very dedicated. Yes, they're NPCs. It's the Colonia Council, because I think there are some more colonies out here.
Detected.
I honestly haven't been paying that much attention. I should probably slow down. Oh yes, and follow the greens in. Landing pair to 2-5. Landing gear extending. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Landing gear is down. We are through safely.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, there's some... Oh, we have the tourists. Tourist ships out there. There is Discord reminding me I exist. Wow. Apparently we have no way of hearing what they were saying out there. It's presumably the usual gumph. Downside of the Anaconda, I have no idea how big it is or how or where anything is in respect to it. So landing it can be a pain. Ah. And drop like a giant purple brick.
Docking successful.
We have arrived! After all this, 2 months out. Longest journey I've done so far, and hopefully not the last. Because I need to get back at some point. I love those landing legs, they're just so pointless. But yeah, there's a beauty shot. So we are finally here. Would do this trip again, and we'll have to. So that's handy. And ta-ta for now.